Today's LeetCode problem of the day is minimum common value. This is another easy problem, but if you were to do it naively, you might end up with a timeout. So let's learn how to do this problem the right way. Like and subscribe. As usual, we start by reading the problem definition. It says, given two integer arrays, num1 and num2, sorted in non-descending order, return the minimum integer common to both arrays. If there's no common integer amongst num1 and nums2, return -1. Okay, so in example 1, 2 is the smallest common integer that appears in both num1 and nums2. In example 2, 2 and 3 both appear in nums1 and as well as nums2, but 2 is the smaller one, so that will be our output. Note that both arrays already come sorted from smallest to largest. And when it says they are sorted in non-decreasing order, that just means that there might be duplicates. You might try to do this using a nested for loop. You want to go over every integer in nums1 and compare it to every integer in nums2 in order to find any common integer between them. But this will result in a timeout because nums1 and nums2 are both really large, and your algorithm using a nested for loop will be O(n) squared time. So let's try to use a linear time algorithm instead. The basic intuition behind the linear algorithm is to use two pointers. We use the fact that the arrays are sorted to start both pointers off at their smallest elements. If the contents of the pointers are equal, then we are done. Otherwise, we find the smaller element and move its pointer to the right. The intuition here is, since the arrays are sorted, the smallest element cannot possibly appear in the rest of the array that we have not seen yet. Hence, we can safely eliminate the smaller element from contention. If we see a match, we can return that number immediately. Since the arrays are sorted, the first match we see is guaranteed to be the minimum common value. If one of the two pointers reaches the end without finding a match, that means that no common value exists. Finally, let us turn all of this into code. First, we start by setting both pointers I and j to 0. And then, while neither I nor j has reached the end of their respective arrays, we check if the values of nums1i equals to nums2j. If they're the same, then we're done. Otherwise, we simply increment the number that points to the smaller value. We keep going until either I or j has reached the end of their array without a match. In this case, we can return -1. Let's submit and see what happens. So that's it for today's daily problem, minimum common value. Remember, if you enjoy my content, please throw me a like and subscribe. It helps out small content developers like myself so much. Plus, you're going to get notified every time I release a new video. See you next time.